Can we then go to a further part of General Sabia's evidence? Now he's talking about the Thanksgiving celebration or the function for his son on the 14th of September 2024. And his evidence was that when he asked you to ask Kat to make a turn, he was asking you to ask Kat not to come to his Thanksgiving celebration, but rather to fetch his wife who was drunk. Is that correct?
At which page are you now?
I'm at page 1281.
Thank you.
And you can see the record of what General Sabia says in his statement is not complete in its quotation there, but his version in his statement and indeed in his evidence was that he didn't want Mr. Madlanga to attend the function. He wanted Mr. Madlanga to fetch his wife who was drunk. And that's why he asked you to ask Kat to make a turn. Is that correct?
That is his vision, but to me, he never stated that. He just said, tell Kat to make a turn, and I did that.
So he never communicated to you that he needed Kat to come to the function to pick up his wife who was drunk?
I don't recall him saying that.
If we go to page 1306,
(1306).
1306. And if you start at at line 15, Ms. Hasim says, okay, and this is about the Madlanga urgent application and the exchange of WhatsApps between yourself and General Sabia in relation to that urgent application and what Mr. Madlanga had said about General Sabia. So Advocate Hasim says, so the content of this message to you is about Mr. Madlanga naming you in the court documents? Yes. Why did you forward it to Sergeant Nkosi? I might have to say, look what this man is saying, and it's not true. Did you have any conversation with Sergeant Nkosi about it? No, he says. When he says he never discussed with you what Mr. Madlanga had said in his affidavits in the urgent application, is that true or false?
Can you repeat that question, Commissioner?
When he says that he never discussed what Mr. Madlanga discussed with you, what Mr. Madlanga's affidavit in the urgent application said about him, is he being truthful or untruthful?
Untruthful.
Can we then go to page 1292? There you will see that Advocate Hasim at around line 15 says, you would agree that it is improper for Sergeant Nkosi to be sending this to Mr. Matlala, and he's talking about the warrant for the arrest of Mr. Kawula. So the question is put to to General Sabia. Would you agree that it's improper for Sergeant Nkosi to be sending the warrant for Mr. Kawula's arrest to Mr. Matlala? And the answer is fully agree, says General Sabia. Did General Sabia ever communicate to you that he thought it was improper for you to have forwarded the warrant of arrest to Mr. Matlala?
No?
Sorry, Mr. Chaskalson. In fact, you said when you testified previously that it was General Sabia who instructed you to forward it to Mr. Matlala, correct?
I still confirm.
Thanks.
So can I, just picking up from Commissioner Kumalo's question, that is put specifically to General Sabia at page 1288. Line 18, and it's from Commissioner Kumalo. When Sergeant Nkosi says to this commission, you told him to forward the same warrant to Kat Matlala, you're saying Sergeant Nkosi is lying, he's not telling the truth. Did I understand you correctly? And Lieutenant General Sabia says yes. And he then repeats that 2 pages down.
Sorry, Mr. Chaskalson, we are not picking that up at 1288.
298, 1298, 1298,
Thank you.
line 18.
129.
1298. Did I say 1288?
Yes.
I apologize. 1298. Let's do it again. If you go to 1298, line 18,
Okay.
when Sergeant Nkosi says to this commission, you told him to forward the same warrant to Kat Matlala, you're saying Sergeant Nkosi is lying, he's not telling the truth. Did I understand you correctly? And General Sabia says yes. And if you can read that with 1300, where your evidence is put to General Sabia, line 7, on our way, we received a call from General Sabia telling me that I must forward this warrant to Mr. Matlala because at that time Mr. Matlala had a security company. According to Mr. Matlala, to General Sabia, Mr. Matlala and his security company always have the provision where Musa usually goes on the weekends. Now, do you stand by that evidence?
That's correct.
And it was General Sabia who told you that Mr. Matlala will know where Musa goes on the weekends?
That's correct.
And lower down, you see that in 252, so let me not misquote anybody. I've read it for you. This is the reason Sergeant Nkosi gave us the instruction that was coming from you, and he says, I deny the allegations made by Sergeant Nkosi. It is not correct, Chair. So is Lieutenant General Sabia giving false evidence when he makes that denial on page 1300, and when he says on page 1298 that you were lying when he said that he told you to forward the warrant to Mr. Matlala?
Maybe he forgot, but according to me, he did give me that instruction.
Then in relation to your evidence, let's start on 1294, line 20, so that you can see your evidence. Your evidence was, after 45 minutes, I received again a call from General Sabia telling me that, or confirming to me about what already General Ramangwa had said to me, that this is a matter of importance. The person involved there did not mention who he was, but he mentioned to me he's getting pressure from head office. Head office, the office of the Deputy Minister, is getting pressure from them. I then asked Deputy National Commissioner, what's so important about this charge? Because according to me, there's no sense of urgency. He said this guy insulted a member of parliament. He told me now the member that that he created a crime against is Fikile Mbalula, the secretary of the ANC. The other is Mr. Z. So basically, they were the complainants. So this matter was putting him under pressure. That's the reason we had to leave everything and attend to it. So at 1296, lines 18 to 20, he says, Sergeant Nkosi at his level, he's 5 levels below me, 5. He'll never ask me a question that says, what's so important about this thing? What's your response to that?
That's not true.
You're saying it's not true.
No, that's not true.
Have you asked him on other occasions what's so important about a particular operation?
Many occasions.
Many occasions.
Yes.
And then on 1297,
Before you leave that, Advocate Chaskalson, still on the same point, 1295.
1295.
Remember, Advocate Chaskalson read the quotation, and then where General Sibia responds, he says, I think, Chair, that I must tell you that Mr. Nkosi is not telling the truth. Do you see that?
That is 1295.
Yes, 1295 from line 18.
Okay.
So you see, remember Advocate Chaskalson read the quotation for you?
Yes.
And then General Sibia is asked to respond. So the question is, what is your response to this? Your response to this? And General Sibia says, I think, Chair, that I must tell you that Mr. Nkosi was not telling the truth. Do you see that?
That's correct.
What is your response to that?
I've got no reason to lie about General Sibia.
So it is General Sibia who's not being truthful.
To put it in a respectful manner, I'll say maybe he forgot.
Okay.
then on 1297, line 11, all I'm saying is I don't remember calling Nkosi specifically and say I have pressure from the Deputy Minister. It never happened. What's your response to that?
When you called, I was with Captain Zungu in a vehicle, and General Sibia was on speaker. I still maintain my words. He said that.
And Captain Zungu would confirm that?
That's correct.
While we're on the saga of the arrest of Mr. Kawula, when you testified in February, you said you weren't aware of Z's surname. You said Z was one of the complainants, but you didn't know his surname. Do you stand by that evidence?
Can you repeat that?
When you testified in February, you said that there were 2 complainants. One was Mr. Mbalula, and the other one was Z.
That's correct.
And you knew Z, but you didn't know his surname.
I was not sure about his surname.
Okay. You weren't sure about his surname?
Yes, but I knew him. This is what I said.
Yes. Are you now sure about his surname?
That's correct.
And what is his surname?
Mad.
Z's in your phone book, isn't he?
That's correct.
And you communicate with him on WhatsApp.
That's correct.
And what name do you use for him in your WhatsApp communication?
Zenzile EFF.
Zenzile EFF.
That's correct.
Why Zenzile EFF?
This is how I saved him, as Zenzile EFF.
But why would you associate him with the EFF in how you save him?
I just felt like that. Senzile EFF.
Come, Sergeant Nkosi, you must have a reason.
No, Commissioner. That is Senzile EFF.
I hope I'm not saved in your phone book as Chaskalson.
I will tell you how I saved it.
Something else. Let me not name a party. Why Zenzile EFF?
It's Zenzile EFF. No, I just saved him like that. It's Zenzile EFF.
I see.
But Sergeant, what I sometimes do, say I'm meeting somebody for the first time, and I'm not sure that I would remember their name down the line. What I will do is save the name, but also save something that will remind me of who they are. And when I search and I have indeed forgotten the name, I will search for what I used to remember the person. Surely, it must be because you were doing something similar. And what Mr. Chaskalson wants to know is why your something similar referred to the EFF.
Hey, no, I think Mr. Chaskalson is pushing me somewhere. I saved him Zenzile EFF because I once saw him wearing an EFF hat.
I see.
Is his full name Zenzile?
I think so, Commissioner. I know him as Z, but I know these Z's, they call him Zenzile.
Or some people call him Zenzile?
That's correct.
For the record, perhaps we should spell Zenzile, because we've seen that the transcript usually misspells some names. Zenzile is Zenzile.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chaskalson?
What nickname does he use to address you?
00.
00 or 007?
No. 00 or double.
Can I ask you to go to 1177, the same file? 1177.
1177.
Sorry, you said 1177 on the same file.
Same file. Same file. Do you have it?
Would just wait for me. Thank you.
Can I ask you to look at chat 2 not chat 2, chat 3, 17 March 2023. There, Mr. Mwalo says 007, and you respond, my man.
I see it.
So he calls you 007, does he not?
Here he called me that.
And we saw last time out that Jerry Kazi and the nephew of former Deputy President Mabuza also called you 007. You remember that?
I remember.
Why do you seem so reluctant to admit that people call you 007?
I think it's because the way you painted the word or the name 007, as in a licensed killer, and you painted this name on a script. acting script that says 007, it's a license to kill person. So I don't want to I don't want to associate myself with a license to kill person, no.
But I think
It
you
was
were,
on those bases.
you're right, I did mention that, but it was only after you showed some reluctance to admit that people call you 007. So your reluctance preceded my reference to license to kill. Who is 007?
I don't know, Commissioner. Who is 007?
You don't know that 007 is James Bond?
Can you repeat that?
You don't know that 007 is James Bond?
Yes, I know. It's James Bond.
And what is James Bond?
It's an actor.
Oh, it's not an actor. The character James Bond. What is that character's profession?
Hey, I don't know because if I don't watch that movie, man.
You've never seen a James Bond movie?
I know. No, Commissioner. No.
You see, James Bond is an undercover agent of military intelligence in Britain with a license to kill. 00 means license to kill. And undercover agent is what James Bond is.
Okay.
So why would people call you 007?
Maybe it will. In my profile there, I've saved myself as 0 tolerance to crime. So now these people, they take this 0, add another 0, and say 007. This is what I'm saying.
And where does the 7 come in all of this?
Hey, you know, commissioners, some, they call me 10111, some, they call me 458. You will see the chart as it goes. So I would not control on how people call me, even though I don't object to that. As long as it's not insult to me, but 007 is not me.
You are also Night Rider.
Night Rider, that's correct, Commissioner Kumala. See,
Well, let me put to you that Zenzile EFF seems to have regarded you as his secret agent. What do you say to that?
no.
Well, let's look at your chats with him. Can we go down to 1178?
11,
78, the next page.
okay.
And 18 March 2023. At 2:49:14, Mr. Nxumalo as Zenzile EFF sends you 2 documents. And you'll find those documents on page 1219 and 1220. So can you go to 1219 and 1220? 219,
On the same file.
same part.
Let me be sure. You said 112.
No, 1219.
Ms. Yes, if there's nothing to be redacted, can you please project it? The lettering is very small on here.
So 1219 is particulars of a vehicle. You see that?
That's correct.
And 1220, there may be a need to redact here because particulars of an individual, they may have been redacted already. 1220 is particulars of a person.
Yes.
It's got his cell number, his date of birth, full name and address. It says move or merge restricted, allowed to move or merge. it's got a home address. So after he sent you these two clips, Zenzile EFF says, go back to 1178. You there? 78.
Yes.
And at 2:49:35 in chat 5,
Yes.
he says to you, let's please get them intercepted and dealt with ASAP. And you see that?
That's correct.
So on what basis does Zenzile EFF give you instructions to intercept vehicles and people?
Okay. He did not necessarily maybe give me instructions. I think it was people, if I can recall better, it was suspicious people that were roaming around. It was suspicious people that were roaming around his area, or he suspected that they might have following him for quite some time. So he took note of that particular registration. Then he sent it to me.
Why would he send it to you?
Because of, that I'm flexible, and or to ask or seek help around the nearest police in that area where he was at that time.
He knows that you're flexible. What did you mean by that?
I'm flexible in my work. I'm flexible in responding to things of agency during my line of work, obviously. So I think he sent me on those bases.
So if I ever need urgent help from the SAPS, I should call you.
Definitely.
Let's look at other aspects of your chats with him.
You do that, Mr. Chaskalson. Sergeant, at which point would he have told you or explained to you that these people may be people that are following him? I mean, you look at the chats in 117. This is on the 17th of March. Then the chats at page 1178, they are on the 18th of March, and there is no telephone call in those exchanges on the 18th of March. So at which point, in fact, at 1177, the very last chat is you have called him and you say no answer, so right at the bottom. So we know from chat, in fact, all those chats at 1177, there is no telephone call between the two of you, at least not on this number, on the 17th. And then on the 18th, by the time he sends you those personal and motor vehicle details, there's still not been a telephone call between the two of you. So at which point would he have explained to you that these vehicles are following him?
It was never a WhatsApp call, but it was a straight straight call.
When was that?
On the very same time.
On the 18th?
I can't just recall, but we spoke telephonically on the phone.
So he was saying these cars on that day are following him on the 18th.
He said it was a car, not cars, yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chaskalson.
So how would you have called him? Would you have used your cell phone or your SAPS phone?
I can't recall.
And where would you have called him? Would you have called him on his cell number or on a different number? Do you know any other numbers for him?
No, I only know this one.
Well, we aren't in a position to check that answer now, but we may be tomorrow. because we can see if there were calls between you and him on that day. Your evidence is that there would have been.
Yeah, no, because of you, I do usually talk to him a lot.
Have you visited Mr. Nxumalo at his home?
That's correct.
For what purpose?
He's my brother.
And you weren't sure of his surname?
That's correct. Maybe I can maybe elaborate on that. You know, we African males, I can call you my friend for a long time, not even knowing your name. In our nature, it's like that. Most, the one that I know. So, to me, the surname was not an issue as long as I call him my brother. That is how we address each other.
You see, Sergeant, I'd accept that if we were dealing with someone who doesn't have a high public profile. But Mr. Nxumalo does. So your evidence is still that despite the fact that Mr. Nxumalo, his face is all over the media, you didn't know his surname?
I wasn't sure, not knowing, I wasn't sure about his name. So I was just avoiding to give.
So when you
false
saw his face in the media, did you think that looks like Z, but it may not be?
I don't know.
Have you seen his face in the media?
Yes?
And did you recognize it as Z?
Yes?
But you didn't notice his surname at the time?
No.
I have to say that sounds extremely implausible to me.
It's to me, it's possible. You just check a face, I know this face, then you don't even bother to check what's below that.
Let's go back to why you visited him at his home. He was your brother. How often have you been to his home?
I can't remember.
1 time, 5 times, 10 times, 50 times? What are we talking about?
I'm just skeptical on saying how many times because I'll be closing myself in. When I say 3 times or 10 times, you find that I went there 80 times. So
I just want to get a sense of it. You know, is his house a place you have visited often? Is it only on a very rare occasion? Give me an estimate. I'm not going to hold you to it.
I can't give you.
But many times.
Yes, average, yeah. I can say that, Commissioner. So.
I don't know myself what many times is.
Sergeant, when I'm not sure, I usually say between 10 and 20.
I'm afraid, Commissioners, that it will bind me that, you said. So, I'm not sure, Commissioner.
Well, let me ask you about one time. Can we go to 1180? It's the 22nd of March, 2023.
Yes.
And if we start at, let's actually start on the previous page, 1179. Chat 5, 22nd of March, 9:22 in the morning. He says, I'll call you shortly. Your response is agent. What do you mean by agent?
I can't recall. What did I mean?
Then he says...
Did you mean agent, perhaps?
Hey, that agent, I can't recall what that agent all about, commissioners.
Having regard to the rest of the chat, I think the chair's suggestion makes a lot of sense. Is it possible that you meant urgent and it was just misspelled agent? Is it possible? I put it no higher than that.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's continue. 10:24, he says send. 10:57, you said got it. 10:57, over the page on 1180, you sent him a question mark. 10:59, he says nowhere, question mark. 11:03, you send another question mark. 11:06, he says 1 minute. That's 11:03. At 11:06. At 1:03, he says, "Can I call you later?" And by this stage, you're getting a bit irritated. You say, "You said 20 minutes an hour back." That's at 1:03. At 5:06, he says, "Can I call you later?" Did you have the sense he was trying to avoid you?
Can you repeat the sense of what?
Did you have a sense that he was trying to avoid you?
No. You know why? Because of he's always busy. Sometimes I will pester him and he's always busy. So I would not say he was avoiding me.
Well, let's continue. He says, you say to him, when he says, "Can I call you later?" "On my way to your house." So he wants to call you later and you are saying, "I'm coming to your home." You
Yes,
see that?
yes.
His response is, "Wait, Boetie," at 5:25. You say, "Eish." An hour later, he's saying, "Wait, Boetie," at 6:13. "Just awaiting delivery," he says at 6:13:37. "Did you speak to Ndlondlo?" Okay. Who is Ndlondlo?
It's Jotham Msibi.
So it's Mr. Msibi.
That's correct.
Ndlondlo spelled Ndlondlo.
So he's saying, just awaiting delivery. Did you speak to Mr. Msibi? Your response is, "I'm with him when I call you." So you were with Mr. Msibi as you were calling.
That's correct.
Mr. Nxumalo says he's awaiting delivery. What was he having delivered?
Okay. At that time, Mr. Msibi was suffering from arthritis, or, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I pronounce it correctly. So Z had ordered medication in Cape Town. So he promised Mr. Msibi that he would deliver. But I think according to him, due to unforeseen circumstances, then I had to collect.
Sorry, what was the condition for which this medication was necessary?
He could not eat. When he was eating, he was vomiting. So that is the reason I was pestering him.
So Z has sourced medication from Cape Town for Mr. Msibi's condition.
That's correct.
Is he a doctor?
No.
Is he a pharmacist?
No.
But he deals in medication.
Yes.
How did it come about that Z was offering to source medication for Mr. Msibi?
I would not know. Maybe he might have had a similar or known someone with a similar sickness to Mr. Msibi. Then that is when maybe he made calls so that they might find such medication in Cape Town. I don't know exactly what was the arrangement all about. All I knew, I was ready to collect such to Mr. Numa.
Let us take the adjournment at this point and come back at 20 past.